What's up, you guys? It's Danny, She Speaks, and I'm back with another video with
the one and only, yours truly, the light-skinned phenom, Michael.
You look like the Hokage today.
I am the Hokage every day. Okay?
Well, anyways, today we wanted to talk about a very popular subject. Canceled culture.
You mean cancel culture?
Cancel.
I mean, we could talk about canceled culture too. There are cultures that are canceled, but we're talking about the term and phrase cancel culture.
Here you go. Well, since you seem to have it in the bag, why don't you explain what cancel culture is?
I always have it in the bag. But cancel culture is basically this new age, modern day term that we use when we try to cancel a person, place, or I don't know, subject, right? So and this usually takes place in social media. When something happens on social media or something happens in the world and social media gets a hold of it, cancel culture is a phenomenon that happens when enough people dislike something or think something is one thing enough for them to say, hey, this is not acceptable. We are no longer going to accept this as a norm. And the person, place, or thing that we are canceling doesn't have a say, presence, or support anymore. Cancel culture is pretty toxic to me. Even though we all feel like certain things should be canceled in life, the term cancel culture is used in an unforgiving, ungraceful way.
Or you can walk around just canceling people like I do. You're canceled, you're canceled, you're canceled, canceled, canceled.
And this is what I have to deal with, people.
I do. I didn't realize the depth of it, but...
Yes. A lot of times, cancel culture is cancel people for less than reasonable reasons.
Who started it?
I mean, Twitter. I think it came from Twitter.
There's a rumor that Black Twitter started it. Is that true?
I don't think that's true. I think Twitter started it. Black Twitter got a hold of it and ran with it, and now it's morphed into so many other things and so many
more reasons to blame Black people. I'm just kidding, but anyways, I do think it started on Twitter. I just heard people saying it, and that's how things they get started and become a trend, because you hear other people saying it and then you start saying it, then you don't even know the root of it, you're just saying it to be saying it.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you feel like has been canceled recently that should not be canceled?
Yeah. J. Cole was recently canceled on Twitter because of
oh my god,
a song that he dropped. Now, you guys might want to cancel me for my take on this, but I don't believe J. Cole should have been canceled, quote unquote. I think in life and on social media we're allowed to disagree with things, but I think we tend to cross the line at times when we try to abolish a person's opinion of something. And J. Cole was one of the people that had an opinion about this young lady, this young artist, dope artist. We actually fans of her and got to meet her once at the movie theater. No Name. He had an opinion about some things she said on Twitter. He made a song about it. It wasn't derogatory or anything like that. And Twitter decided to cancel him because they didn't like what he was saying about her. So yeah, I think, again, we're living a culture and a time where we're not allowed to disagree with everybody or anybody. And anybody who may have an opposing opinion, that's what the majority doesn't like, we tend to cancel them, which I don't believe in necessarily. Another person that was recently canceled was Doja Cat. And there was some, speculation around some things that she was doing and some things she said about her hair and her not liking her hair, and what she's been engaging with in her own time via video with other people. There are some racial things that were in there that alluded to her being racist or not liking of her own ethnicity and skin tone as a black woman or hair tone, and people saw it, ran with it, and decided to cancel her.
Yeah, it seems like anyone can be canceled. You can be canceled. I feel like Chris Brown been canceled for years now.
Yeah.
And he just hasn't gotten a break. And it's just been a lot of people who've been canceled. Which brings me to my next question. Is cancel culture biblical?
I want to say hell nah, but I don't even think that's biblical. I'm just playing. But nah, cancel culture, I think, goes against, as a believer, I mean, hey, you're a human. You made it into the egg and came out of your mama. So you have the opportunity to do whatever you want, say, or believe on this earth. However, I don't think cancel culture is a biblical term at all, or even biblical mentality, or
I don't even think it's realistic.
paradigm. It's not realistic.
It's fun when you're just like, oh, cancel, but then when you're really like thinking about not supporting that person anymore, or taking away their credibility and all the years that they worked up to wherever they are, then it's not realistic. Like, come on, like, for real. That means the reason why I think it's not biblical is because it says like to forgive people. That's not forgiving if you just cancel people whenever they make a mistake. So we could just talk about that.
Well, I mean, even going beyond the point of forgiveness, it's the depth of forgiveness, right? Biblical principles teach us that we should forgive as God forgives us. Biblical principles teach us that we should love one another as we want to be loved ourselves.
Exactly.
So even just taking those two concepts in Scripture and applying them to cancel culture, you know,
it don't work.
It don't work. Not wholly, because I understand the not wanting of supporting somebody like R. Kelly or Bill Cosby or Kevin Spacey, or even what's the guy, Louis C.K., for some of the things that, you know, people have said, and, you know, people, you know, some of these people have done some heinous things.
Yeah.
However, canceling them doesn't do anything except ostracize their case.
Right, exactly.
And again, in a biblical and scriptural term, like, it's not something that we as a culture should do just to anybody. Especially, you know, sometimes people's dirt gets pulled up from old tweets or old Instagrams, and
people be digging.
Yeah, they dig, and the reality is everybody on this planet has done something that they can be canceled for. Said something they can be canceled for. And probably matured and grown out of it. Some people don't, but the thing is, we all have the right to be canceled, and yet we're not. So
yeah, my thing is, do you want to be canceled? I don't think so. So why you canceling other people? You know?
Yeah.
But that leads me to my next question. Do you get tempted to cancel people?
All the time, yeah. Because I mean, cancel culture starts with you disagreeing with somebody, or thinking somebody's opinion is just dumb, or thinking what somebody's done is so just unbelievably heinous.
So why do you feel like, I think we already talked about why cancel culture doesn't work, like, because like you said, it's not realistic and it's not biblical either, and it just doesn't work. Like,
yeah, for those few people that have done something truly egregious, I don't even think they deserve to be canceled, but it's more understandable why people get canceled for those type of things. However, cancel culture often targets the extreme and the far few in between.
Exactly.
Namely J. Cole, Doja Cat, Sabrina Claudio was somebody, Kevin Hart was somebody who got canceled. So this term of canceling does not, you know, it doesn't agree with what we believe in as believers. It doesn't work. It's what we do to people. You know, society does this, and what we do when certain people break the laws, or quote unquote the cultural norms in society, we put them in jail. We ostracize them. We forget about them. We put them to the side, and we no longer attend to them or even think of their existence. And that's what we kind of do on cancel culture, which, you know, there's a lot of people that are going against, are trying to get prison reform and going against the criminal justice system. So in a lot of ways, cancel culture is just another way to put people in a mental prison or lack of support.
You better preach. I
mean, I butcher that, but, you know, our society.
I feel like Kanye West can't make another mistake, because
that too.
He's just gonna. Yeah. He's done.
Yeah.
he's done.
Yeah, and again, Kanye West has just supported something that many people doesn't support, and he doesn't. You know, we don't deserve to be canceled for these things. You can disagree. You can share your lack of support for these people. However, canceling them and trying to rid them of all support and what they've done for culture for years is just, I think, is irrational and it doesn't do anything for the forward movement of our culture.
So my question now is, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Is cancel culture biblical? And does it work in society? Why or why not? Hit me in the comments. Let me know. Thank you, Mike, for joining me on my channel. This was like years in the making, guys. I had to just keep begging him, like, please just come on my channel. And he finally is here. So thank you for joining me. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you guys in my next video.
Peace.